Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The City of Sigourney is accepting applications for a position of full-time certified police chief. All applicants must be currently certified as a peace officer and must meet Iowa Law Enforcement Academy requirements for the position, which requires testing. Salary will range from $65,000 to $75,000 and will be dependent on qualifications and experience. Offer includes a $5,000 sign-on bonus plus a full benefits package. Request an application from the Sigourney City Clerk at 100 North Main Street in Sigourney. Applications and resumes will be accepted until the position is filled. Retro Antique Tour Fall Edition is coming up Friday, September 20th and Saturday, September 21st. Embark on a shop hop adventure designed for people to discover hidden gems in shops and communities in a well-organized and distinctive antique shopping experience. With participating businesses in Oskaloosa, Pella, New Sharon, Beacon, and Ottumwa. For more information, visit brushedbyjude.com and click on the link for the Retro Antique Tour. Or reach out via email at brushedbyjude@gmail.com or call 641-660-2536. Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shetler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years. And now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shetler Media.
And here's your host, Steve Shetler.
And a good morning to you. It is. It's time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media on a Tuesday morning. Right now, 62 degrees to start things off. Let's do thank some of our sponsors. We do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headliner each and every weekday morning here on Steve Shetler Media. Experience the color at Stam's on Highway 92 East, Oskaloosa, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed on Sundays. And Oski Dental sponsors our studios, and you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan, 641-673-4845, accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th in Oskaloosa. Oski Dental Studios, and the Stam Garden Center and Nursery Morning Wake Up. Our forecast is brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Sunshine today, another warm one. It's just going to be a warm week in general. Sunshine and 88 today, just a little bit of a light south wind. Clear skies tonight, a low of 60. Tomorrow, pretty much the same, mostly sunny, a high of 86. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 63. And Thursday will be sunny and 87. Right now, our current conditions, humidity at 93%, winds pretty calm, southeast winds under 5 miles per hour, the barometer at 30.08, dew point at 59, and right now 62 degrees in Sigourney, Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Earlier today, we kicked things off this morning at 6 a.m. with our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. Android or iPhone? Which one are you going with? Maybe just which one do you have? This or that? I am an Android phone owner all the way. It's the only type of phone I have ever owned. Android. Samsung. I am Android. iPhones are just a mystery to me. When somebody gives me their iPhone, I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. So this or that, make sure you comment on that. That's 6 a.m. every weekday morning. Let's see here. Our question of the day. It's coming up at noon on Facebook. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. How do you order your steak? How do you like your steak done? I'm sure somebody's going to be a smart aleck and be like, taking the question literally and be like, I would like a steak, please. How do you order your steak? Anyway, I'll go. I for the majority of my life, I was a well done guy, but now I'm kind of a medium well guy. So yeah, how do you order your steak? That is your question of the day. Goes up at noon today. We're doing our For the Fun of It tournament. The fall season is our topic for our tournament, and it's sponsored by Colbert Feed in Sigourney. They're more than just a horse source. More than just a feed mill, I should say. And they are your horse source in Keokuk County. Basically, they're going to hook you up with feed for whatever you have. Horses, dogs, cats, birds. They are your feed store in Keokuk County. By the Expo, Colbert Feed, sponsoring our For the Fun of It tournament. And right now, our matchup going till 6 p.m. this evening is sweaters, sweatshirts against campfires, bonfires. I probably should have just narrowed it down to like sweaters versus campfires, but I couldn't. Had to include sweatshirts and bonfires. So sweaters, sweatshirts, campfires, bonfires, fire. Fire. What are you going with? I haven't checked the voting on this. I'm not sure who's ahead. So get your votes in. I'm a sweatshirt guy. I love wearing sweatshirts. It's just the most comfortable thing to me. So I'm going to go with the sweatshirts and sweaters since they're combined and jammed together there. Get your votes in until 6 a.m. Thumbs up for sweaters, sweatshirts, hearts for campfires, bonfires. Your overall bracket's looking like that. Moving on to the second round so far, soups and pumpkin spice, football and harvest time, fall foliage, and cooler temps have all moved on to the second round. We've got the sweats going against the fires right now, and then up next at 6 p.m. this evening will be our final first round matchup, hay rides against fall mums. Just fall things going against each other in this fall tournament. For the Fun of It tournament, brought to us in this month of September by Colbert Feed. Let's see here. Let's go to some other stuff. Our community calendar, some stuff that's happening in Southeast Iowa. North English Community Club has their Trunk or Treat. This is a ways off, but still put it on your calendar for the kids. Trunk or Treat on Halloween, Thursday, October 31st from 4 to 6 at the English Valley's Care Center parking lot. So make sure that is on your calendar. The North English Community Club Trunk or Treat. We've got an open house coming up. Let's see. Boy, what is... On my screen, that is very, very small. I think it's October... Is it 5th or 6th? Let me take my glasses off. I think it says October 6th. It's kind of small for me. Can't really see, so I'm guessing. So that open house for the Lancaster Schoolhouse. It'd be kind of a cool thing. So put that on your calendar. Hopefully you can read that a little bit better than I can. It's the 6th. All right. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate the help. I'm feeling old with my bifocals. And then also on our community calendar, coming up this weekend, woohoo! It's the Insect Zoo on Saturday from 10 to noon. Hands-on with bugs. Talk with experts. All ages are welcome at the Montezuma Public Library. So check that out. The Insect Zoo at the Montezuma Public Library, Saturday, 10 to noon. All right, some community calendar stuff coming up this week. Coming up tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media. Tuesday night tune-up. It's the TNT. Let's see here. We've got Safe Grafke as our host, as always. It's always at 7 p.m. live from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa. And Safe, this evening, we'll be talking to Will Wolf. Will Wolf Racing going to be hanging out this evening at 7 o'clock, Smoky Row, TNT, Tuesday night tune-up coming up tonight. And every Tuesday night through the end of October here on Steve Shuttler Media. Coming up on Friday, we'll be going to Barn Wired. Daniel David, there you see him, the big guy with the big beard. Daniel David going to be hanging out this Friday, 11:30 to noon at Barn Wired, playing some tunes, giving us an interview, and we'll get caught up with Daniel David Friday. Be there in person at Barn Wired or watch it here on Steve Shuttler Media. On Saturday, we've got, of course, the sports section live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. Where we're going to be talking to Pekin Panther football coach Clint Weber, as always. Sigourney Keota football coach Jared Jensen, as always. And then we're still in the midst of lining up a third guest. So make sure you tune in for Brothers Market's sports section coming up on Saturday morning. And also, I did fail to mention that we do have Pekin Panther football. Of course, we've got Panther football Friday night here on Steve Shuttler Media. Pekin against Columbus. Josh and Zach have the call of the game. I'll be hanging out as well. It's Friday night back at Pekin, the friendly confines of Tom Stone Field, coming up Friday night. Pekin against Columbus. Live video streaming Friday night here on Steve Shuttler Media. Let's do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, birthdays. We're kind of light on birthdays today on both sides. Birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your broker, owner, and realtor. Go to hometown-re.com for more listings, more information. On the hometown side, local and area birthdays. Pee Wee Bruns with a birthday today. Pee Wee, I love Pee Wee. He is one of my favorites. So, Pee Wee, we're thinking of you. Hope you have a great day today. Pee Wee Bruns here in Sigourney with a birthday. Well, look at that. Nikki Leathers. She gets her name on the screen twice today. Not only is she the sponsor of our celebrity and hometown birthdays, it's her birthday today. So, Nikki Leathers, hey, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a great day. Hope you sell lots of houses today. So, Nikki Leathers with a birthday. And then Cassidy Mitchell with a birthday today as well. So, Cassidy, hope you have a great birthday. On the celebrity side of things, we've got basketball legend Phil Jackson, 79 years old. Of course, Phil was a player and also the coach of those great Chicago Bulls teams with Michael Jordan. He also had some great teams with the Lakers. Phil, I don't know, did he run out of fingers to put championship rings on? What a coach. Legendary basketball coach, Phil Jackson. Let's see here. Cassandra Peterson, the actress, also known as Elvira, when she gets all of her wig and get up on, especially around this time of the year, around the Halloween season. Elvira turning 73 years old today. And then from the world of rap, it's Doug E. Fresh. Doug E. celebrating his 58th birthday. So our celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by the birthday girl, Nikki Leathers at Hometown Real Estate. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Hey, hope you're off to a fantastic start to your day. Thank you for tuning in for the morning wake up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery, live from the Oski Dental Studios. And let's see here. Let me grab my information. I failed to do that while we have the other stuff up on the screen. On this date, again, today, Tuesday, September 17th, on this date, 1787, the Constitution of the United States was completed and signed by a majority of the delegates in Philadelphia. So, the Constitution becoming a real deal, a real thing on this date in history. It was on this date then a few years later, 1796, President George Washington gave his farewell speech as he declined to run for a third term as president. Evidently, that was a possibility way back when the presidency first began. So, George Washington and his farewell. It was on this date in 1920. What would become the NFL formed on this date in Canton, Ohio. It was known at the time as the American Professional Football Association. And now it's the NFL, of course. I bet when they started this back in 1920 that they had no idea how big football would become and the billions and probably trillions of dollars that the NFL brings in. Just amazing. It was on this date in 1949, Wile E. Coyote made his on-screen debut for a Warner Brothers cartoon. It was called Fast and Furious. Get it? Fast and Furious. Wile E. Coyote making his debut. And then on this date in 1964, the TV show Bewitched, you have to wiggle your nose for Bewitched, made its debut. So Bewitched, 1964. Today, on the National Day calendar, today is National Professional House Cleaners Day. It's National IT Professionals Day. It's National Apple Dumpling Day. It's Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. And it's National Voter Registration Day today. So celebrate those days. All right, before we go any further, let's hear from our sponsors. Our headliner is Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Blackberry wine from Tassel Ridge Winery is a luscious and fruity wine brimming with mellow berry flavors reminiscent of blackberry jam. It's sweet and could be used as dessert by itself or sipped any time. Blackberry wine is one of our most popular wines, and it's won several gold and double gold medals in competitions. Blackberry wine is available at the winery and at many of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see Tassel Ridge Blackberry wine in your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you. Check the QR code to go directly to our website for a list of retailers. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Watch Pekin Panther football live right here this fall on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube with live announcers and an updated scoreboard, plus an area scoreboard to keep you updated on other schools of interest. It's Pekin Panther football live right here on Steve Shetler Media. And it's been a great first few weeks of covering Pekin Panther football here on Steve Shetler Media. Pekin, great team this year, and of course we'll have their next game coming up on Friday night against Columbus live here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey, we're doing the Stam Garden Center and Nursery Morning Wake Up live from the Oski Dental Studios. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa! In some things you need to know, man, we're going to start off on a sad note. America's Got Talent cheerleader Emily Gold, 17 years old, has unfortunately passed away by suicide just weeks after earning a standing ovation on the show alongside her high school dance team. So, again, one of the cheerleaders, 17, passing away due to suicide. So, sad note there. We'll stay on the bummer news here. Tito Jackson. Was he one of the Jackson 5? The third son of the 9 Jackson children. Michael's brother, Tito, dying from an apparent heart attack as he was 70 years old. Tito Jackson. In some other things you need to know, William and Kate wished Prince Harry a happy birthday on their official Instagram account. A sign that maybe things are smoothing over between the royals. Happy birthday. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Super moon coming up tonight. Last night was pretty super, but tonight's officially super. It's a full super moon. In fact, it has a partial lunar eclipse as a bonus tonight. So look for that fantastic moon coming up tonight. Let's go to Connie Chung. Connie going into details of her life in a new memoir that comes out today, simply called Connie. So if you're a fan of Connie Chung, the newswoman, make sure you pick that up. How about Home Depot? They're going to be paying nearly $2 million to settle a civil enforcement claim from California district attorneys that the home improvement company was engaging in false advertising and unfair competition. Home Depot having to pay up. Let's go to Denmark. A 29-year-old man has been charged with 86 counts of reckless driving. 86 counts of reckless driving. That is being very reckless. To make matters worse, he actually recorded every one of these instances on video. So the guy's an idiot. He's probably gonna have to do some jail time, I would think. Let's go to a new study that says the longest-lasting marriages, at least in the United States, happen in West Virginia. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. No, I'm combining two songs. I did Alabama and John Denver together. If you want to have a long-lasting marriage, go to West Virginia. Now, the state with the shortest-lasting marriages is Alaska. So maybe the lack of sunlight up there at times drives people crazy. But Alaska, shortest marriages. West Virginia, the longest marriages. Did you see some of the video from over the weekend of the rock band Jane's Addiction getting into a couple of fights on stage with each other Make sure you go check that out. They are apologizing for their show in Boston on Friday night. That was cut short when the band got into a couple of different scuffles with each other. They have canceled the rest of their scheduled tour as the band's singer, Perry Farrell, was upset about the sound levels drowning out his vocals. And that led to his assault on a seemingly unsuspecting guitarist, Dave Navarro. Dave was like, dude, back up. Now, after that, though, that was followed by bass player Eric Avery putting Perry Farrell in a headlock and punching him 3 times. Jane's Addiction. Whew, they had some issues to work out. Let's see here. If you watch the Emmys, I did not watch any of them. If you're wondering why Matthew Perry wasn't included in the Emmys salute to actors that passed away over the last year, that was because he was actually included in last year's group. So that's why Matthew Perry wasn't on there. Now, you know, J-Lo and Ben Affleck, they have filed for divorce. J-Lo filing for divorce. But could they possibly get back together? Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. Evidently, they were seen spotted together on Saturday going to lunch with the kids, her kids and his kids. Some reports even say that they were holding hands and kissing. We'll see. And then finally, in things you need to know, Tiger Woods revealing that he recently underwent back surgery, called it successful. So Tiger's been dealing with a bunch of different things over the last few years physically. So hopefully his back surgery went well and he gets to feeling better. Let's do this thing. Today's impossible. It's impossible. Today's impossible question. Today's impossible question. Think about this. Experts say that this form of entertainment is really good for your brain. What do you think? Experts say this form of entertainment is really good for your brain. Think about that. Let's take a look at the comments. Bubby, first in line today. Good morning to you, Bubby. Sandy, Dan, Amber, Sherry, Patrick, Pat, Dixie, Nancy, Sherry, Eloise, Tamara, and Douglas. Good morning to everybody. I'm sure there's more of you out there, too, that haven't chimed in. Appreciate you all tuning in and hanging out on this Tuesday morning as we're doing the morning wake up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Again, today's impossible question. Good morning to you, Jan. Experts say this form of entertainment is really good for your brain. It is game shows like, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, things that get your mind working and thinking. And it's good for the brain. So game shows, watch game shows. That's always good for your brain. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In some weird, usually you don't think of otters as being dangerous, but I guess they sure can be. As a walk down the dock in Washington State turned terrifying for a mother and a child last Thursday morning when a river otter appeared and dragged the child into the water. Otter kidnappers. The otter and the child went under, then resurfaced, at which point the woman was able to pull her child onto the dock, pulled him back onto safety. Even as the mom and child retreated, it sounds funny. I'm sure it was a nightmare. The animal continued to chase them. The otter bit the mom on the arm, and the child sustained scratches and bites to the face, legs, and top of the head. Both are expected to recover, but an otter? What a jerk of an otter. Let's go from otters to cows. In the UK, cattle, get this, cattle are the leading cause of accidental death in the nation's agricultural sphere. And they're said, again, we're talking about cows. Cows are said to be even more dangerous than dogs when it comes to going on attack. Again, this is in the United Kingdom. Watch out for those British cows. They have an attitude. Let's go to this next story. A local sheriff making not local here locally, but a sheriff is making headlines after a controversial social media post. In the post on Saturday from the sheriff's Facebook page, Portage County Sheriff Bruce Zukowski appeared to encourage people to write down the addresses of supporters for Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris. It said, quote, write down all the addresses of the people who had her signs in their yards, so when the illegal human locust needs places to live, will already have the addresses of their new families who supported their arrival. Probably not a good idea to post that on Facebook from that sheriff in Ohio. So, Sheriff Bruce Zukowski feeling some heat. How about this? Oh, let's go to some mammals. Where is Neil Crott when you need him? This is a day early. I should have saved this for tomorrow. But evidently there is some prizes handed out called the IG Nobel Prize. Now, not to be confused with like the Nobel Peace Prize. This is something completely different. The IG Nobel Prize, among those collecting their prizes was a Japanese research team who discovered that mammals can breathe through their anuses. Mammals that can breathe through their butts. That is interesting. In some other weird news, a food delivery guy making a run in rural Texas, got more than he bargained for when men riding on horseback got into a road rage fight with him, one of them shooting the guy's car. Again, this is a food delivery guy trying to deliver food, some guys on horseback getting mad and shooting at him. Sort of situation you'd expect maybe to unfold in Texas, although it could happen other places. The victim took cell phone video of the incident after he was driving along a road, said some men riding on horses blocked him and other passengers, or others, I should say, on the road from passing. In other states, that role is proudly played by cyclists and not by horseback riders. Now, you might want to look this up online so you can see it for yourself, but a food delivery guy getting shot at by some guys on horseback in Texas. That's weird. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. Let's see here. Some weirdo going to high school in Nebraska when he was 27 years old, about 10 weeks in late 2022 and 2023, 17-year-old, quote-unquote, 17-year-old Zach Hess attended two different high schools in Lincoln, Nebraska, and his mother even met with school counselors to help him transition. However, authorities now say that the 17-year-old boy was really a 27-year-old man named Zachary Sheck, and his mom was a 22-year-old woman, and they used his cover to meet and then sexually assault underage girls. So that led to a hefty prison sentence for Sheck last week, which he obviously deserves. What a weirdo. What a creep. Files of law and disorder. Shall we do something a little bit lighter? Let's do something that will make you smile, and that is brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, sponsored by Lifetime Dental Solutions, and they are celebrating 10 years in Sigourney. Join them for their open house. They've got a new location, 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. And their open house is Thursday, October 3rd from 4 to 7. They've got prizes, refreshments. You can take a tour of the new office. Door prizes for the first 50 guests. Check that out at Lifetime Dental Solutions in Sigourney with Dr. Stacy Freeze. And something that'll make you smile. Now, we don't want to give too much of this away. We want you to read the story. This will be posted on my Facebook page here shortly at about 7:45. But did you know bathroom humor has been around since at least the Romans, the Roman Empire. As, of course, when you think about the Roman Empire, you imagine gladiators, emperors, and or grand architecture. But guess what? The Romans also had a wicked sense of humor, especially when it came to their bathrooms. As in a latrine in ancient Rome, archaeologists have uncovered mosaics that'll make you laugh, maybe even blush, with the humor that was portrayed on the latrine walls. Yes, this actually happened in ancient Rome. People wrote jokes and carved into the walls some potty humor, some bathroom humor. So for this full story that might make you smile, wait for it. It comes out in 10 minutes at 7:45 a.m. on Steve Shetler Media. So check that out. Something to make you smile, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. And then let's wrap this up today with some duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
In the duh, let's go to Arizona, or maybe Arizona. An Arizona resident has finally removed a Lego dot from his nose after nearly 3 decades. Yes, Andy Norton, who also goes by the name Ben Havoc, is 32 years old and explained in a social media post how they shoved the dot up his nose back in the 1990s when this person was about 6 years old. And it just finally came out. How would you like to have a small Lego piece, jammed up in your nose for 30 years? That is crazy. But it finally came out. So, don't shove Legos up your nose.
Duh. Duh.
Otherwise, you'll be on our duh segment here on Steve Shetler Media. One last look at our forecast for today, sponsored by the Garden Gate. Sunny and hot, at least hot for September. A high of 88 degrees for today. We should maybe cool off a little bit coming up this weekend. Let's see here. Coming up today, video-wise, let me look up at the schedule. Video-wise, we've got In Remembrance Of at 8 a.m. At noon, we've got What's Happening, kind of an extended video of community calendar events. And there's a lot of stuff on there today. So if you want to see what's happening in our surrounding area here in Southeast Iowa, watch that What's Happening video at noon today. Coming up later on, we'll have, let's see here, Successful Farming at 5:30. And then we'll get to Tuesday Night Tune-Up, TNT, talking about local racing and drivers. Will Wolf is the guest, not the host. Safe Grafke is always your host for the Tuesday Night Tune-Up. So tune in at 7, live from Smoky Row in Oskaloosa for the Tuesday Night Tune-Up. Hey, we do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor here on the Morning Wake Up. Make sure you experience the color at Stam's in Oskaloosa. And Oski Dental Studios. We thank Oski Dental for sponsoring. Give them a call at 673-4845. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Appreciate you. As always, I encourage you to let our sponsors know that you've seen or heard their advertising here on Steve Shetler Media. We got Oski Dental, it's got Stam Garden Center up here. We've got all of our sponsors rotating right down here. If you want to help me, if you want to help the sponsors know that their advertising is working, let them know. Let them know that you saw and or heard or saw their video ad here on Steve Shetler Media. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Probably Neil Crowd will be hanging out with me tomorrow morning. That's always dangerous at 7 a.m. Tune in then.